Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode number 2683 and Doubleshot number 2577. I have two Batman trades here. One I've kind of reviewed stuff already on Never Before. So, first that we have is Batman Harvest Breed. A book that's got really good artwork. It's mostly about Batman solving a series of serial murders in this book, but that's most of what it is. These grotesque crimes, but love the interior artwork. Oh my gosh, the artwork is gorgeous. It's written by George Perez, who probably does the artwork too. And my gosh, I'm not gonna show that. It's just so gorgeous. Like a Batman bleeding. But that's the biggest highlight of this book. The artwork is gorgeous. Yeah. But not a lot to say about this book mostly. I'm going to give the book roughly 8.5 out of 10. It's very dark book, but really enjoyable. Next up we have is Batman and Robin by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, Book 1. This book collects issues from Batman and Robin, first from Volume 1, issues 20 and 22, and the first 14 issues and issue 0 of Volume 2. The only reason why they included, now I guess the only reason why DC did this because well, why not? I'm sure the trades Batman and Robin are getting a bit difficult to find, so I guess DC felt as though just released this release because we have a brand new Batman and Robin series out now, so why not just do the first thing? But if I were DC for this book, I would find a way to include issue 26 of the first one, because 13 years later and that issue is still not in trade for reasons. The volume 2 issues are Dark Knight, White Knight. It is mostly put, now the Batman in those issues is not Bruce Wayne, it's Dick Grayson. This has been referenced frequently. Yeah, where Damian is dark and Dick is light. The other artists in here are Lee Gerber, Thomas Gurriel, Andy Clark, and that's it. Yep. Patrick Gleason does his cover artwork with Mark Owen and Alex Sinclair. Mostly put, it is just Dick, Alfred, Dick, and it's mostly like a little family thing. It's like Bruce is back. He's back for a few issues. But Batman and Robin is still Dick Grayson, the Batman of this book. Kind of. But Bruce is here, and they're solving like a series of like Man-Bat-style murders, all together this White Knight. It's a very interesting story per se. But my guess is that this three-part must have sold pretty well, and probably convinced DC to say this, probably the editor of the book, like, I really like this story. Can we keep these two as the writers of the relaunch? I guess Dan and D or somebody's like, sure. So I'm guessing that's how we got Batman Volume Robin Volume 2. The first 7 issues are known as Born to Kill, a very famous story arc that was also adapted into Batman vs. Robin film. Yeah, it serves as basis of that particular movie. And the character of Talon is based upon Nobody. Nobody in this book is Morgan Deckard, the son of Henry Deckard and the father of Nobody's daughter. Yep, I got 3. Now, throughout the story, he is tempting Damian to do other stuff, and Bruce is not very trusting of him. Oh, and here's a little fun fact about this story. This story takes place between issue 7 of Batman Volume 2 and issue 8. Basically, that's where you can place this story arc. These 7 issues take place in between. It takes place after the first story for Batman, which is the Court of Owls story arc, and before the events of Night of Owls. That is most places I'm going to place this. Don't know where you can place the Technocomics, per se. Don't really know about that, but really fun story arc. I love the development between Bruce and Damian, which are father and son. And by the end of issue 6, Morgan the Card gets killed by Damian. 7 is basically the epilogue of the story, where it's like he killed him in self-defense, but Bruce basically realizes though it's probably just he probably had to kill him. So to date, Morgan the Card is the only person Damian has ever, well, one of 2 people he's ever killed. The other being Deathstroke. Though Deathstroke came back. And Morgan the Card is still dead. Really interesting story that one is. And then right after that story, and then we have like, so basically like right after this really amazing story arc with, oh, they do mention the whole thing about Henry the Card being one of Bruce's mentors, which that part is still true. Yes, I think Henry the Card, I think he was created back in the Bronze Age. And basically the way this trade has it was like right after the Born to Kill story arc. And then we have issue 0, even though this came out of issue 12. Yeah, so it's mostly about Damien's, it's basically Damien's origin story, kind of. And then we have issue 9. They do this right at issue 8 and 9. 9 is the Night of Owl's Time, where you have to save a general whose last name is Narrows, and in fact he's one of a Gotham City's founders. And the reason why he really wants to kill him is that, well, because he's on the list. Issue 10 is mostly put just Batman with, well, 3 of the 4 Robins. Yeah, it's basically a Robin-centric issue where all the Robins are here for one issue. And they would lead to this really weird story arc. Like, oh, let's have Damian steal Jason's Red Hood. It's a really fun story arc, per se. Fills up Batman's, like, we have this creature who's got the bat symbol on him. It's called Terminus. It's a interesting story arc for what it is. I don't find it also, here's the thing. Here's the famous image people use for, 4 Robins in 5 years. They use this very page for this stuff. Yes. Now look at this page, you're like, Nick, why is Dick's costume red? Why isn't that blue? That's New 52 for you. According to Dan DiDio, this is one of the things you regret doing. And what is up with Tim's Red Robin costume? That was Jim Lee who designed that costume. I'm not sure why he designed it. Now, in the case of Jason Todd, he had that look up until he became the Red Hood Outlaw book. Damian has had this look since 2009. And he had it up until Joshua Williamson started his second solo book, which in my opinion should not be canceled. And yeah, then we have, I believe this is issue 14, we're just focused on Damian, called Eclipsed. So it's mostly put just Batman, Jim Gordon, solve a little murder mystery, and that's pretty much it. If you're a fan of this creative team, check this book out. I give this book I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's pretty good. I think Eternal stuff is okay, but I think the best thing about this book is the chemistry between Damian and his father. It's proved as time goes on. When I first heard about this book, I was kind of surprised DC did this, because I'm like, wait, aren't these issues in trade already? And they are. And I know DC sometimes do new printings of trades that are released. Here's something they should do more often. How about collecting trades? How about put stuff in a trade that's never been collected before? Like, everything for New 52 is mostly in trade, except for I think 1 or 2 miniseries. But if you want to think of a Batman book that should be fully in trade, Batman Confidential doesn't have all of his issues in trade. No, there's about 6 or 7 issues for that series on trade. Legendary, most of that series in trade. I mean, there's a bunch of books that need to be in trade, but I've noticed it for this year is that for some reason they're recollecting New 52 stuff. For reasons unexplained to me, but at least they're collecting good stuff. Yeah, this book is good. I love this book. This was a smart idea because I did notice that when I saw that Justice League New 52 is collected, like, really, DC, and you don't want to basically do a second printing of, how about the previous book for Justice League? Like, Justice League America. Did you know there's actually about 4 issues of the whole book not in trade for no reason? Yeah, issue 29, along with 35, 36, and 37. Those last 3 issues are written by a guy who passed away 7 years ago, and still not in trade. Some might ask you, why are these issues not in trade? Are these issues bad? No. As a matter of fact, the Lean Ween issues feature Return of the Royal Flush Gang and Armis Farton, the guy who financed the group. Like, DC, put this book into release new printing just like America. Don't just do just a Brad Milter stuff. There's more stuff for this book besides Brad Milter. Yes, he worked on the first 12 issues of the book. Yes, it's amazing. But do more. It's kind of the same thing with Green Arrow Volume 3, where the only new printings we've gotten for that run has been a deluxe edition of Kevin Smith issues and the Brad Milter issues. I'm like, that's it? You do realize, though, that volume was 75 issues, not 21. And there's a lot of other books I can name off the top of my head where they have released stuff for them. The only book in the last 20 years has been released that's basically fully in trade without missing a single issue. They released a new printing of it, and they actually bothered to finish it, was Catwoman Volume 3. Yeah, the whole volume. That 83 issue run. Well, minus 83, first 82 issues. They're all in these brand new trade paperbacks that I have reviewed for my YouTube channel. There are 5 of these books. Check them out. They have been released. But there's like a lot of our books I can definitely see it. Like, look at Batgirl Volume 1. They stop after like 3 books for some reason. I don't know why. But that's not us all together. Okay, so that's pretty much it for particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit that dislike button. Next up, Walmart Comic Corner. And I'm going to call it a night. Okay, see you. Bye.